From the Spartan League South, they're in 10th place at the moment, but they've had a good November with 6 wins and a defeat. Nedermarket hosts St Neots Town. They're 14th in the United Counties Premier, and a 5-0 win for them in the last round. They've had mixed results lately, and they've signed Danny Phillips from Felixstowe and Walton United, the region's leading scorer. And Lowestoft's opponents, Harefield United, are top of the Spartan League South. And let's get more on that game. Earlier today, Brian spoke to the Lowestoft joint boss, Micky Chapman.
Well, Micky, this looks an absolute cracker of a tie. Both of you top of your divisions. What can you tell us about Harefield?
Well, I mean, obviously we've had them watched, and we've got a little bit of information on them. They're a quality side, like you said. They're top of the league at the moment, doing really well and well organised, very disciplined, and a very strong outfit. So we're under no illusions. We're going to be in for a really tough ride tomorrow, and but that's what cup competitions are all about. Yeah,
they certainly look to be decent in defence. They've conceded less than a goal a game.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and that tells it all, really. We know that that's going to be tough. And, to be honest with you, we'd rather have it that way. I mean, that's a big game. And, everyone who enters this competition wants to go all the way. And they're going to be no different. And, I'm sure they've done their background on us as well. We're at home. So, hopefully our fans will make a difference to us. I mean, our home record's good this year. And, the supporters that we get, I mean, is phenomenal. And, they can play a big part tomorrow, and we need a cup atmosphere. They've turned out in numbers this year, and I'm sure they'll get behind us again. And I know Harefield are used to playing in front of maybe 100 fans, so that's going to be a bit of a change of atmosphere for them tomorrow. But like I said, they're a good side, and we've got to be at our best to get a result.
Yeah, I was going to make the point about your crowd. I mean, you're averaging over 700, Micky. At this level, that is a tremendous average to have. Is it the ones that you've sort of picked up from last year's great vase run still coming back?
Yeah, I think that's obviously, played a big part in that. But, I mean, not only that, I think the fact that we've started this season really well as well. We're playing attractive football, we're doing well on the pitch at the moment, and that obviously always helps as well. And, the fans, like you said, are turning out in their droves, and I think while we keep producing on the pitch and keep winning games, etc., and competing in all competitions, I think they'll continue to support us. And I've said all along they're the best supporters, not only in our league but in maybe 1 or 2 levels above as well. I mean, when you look at some of the sides who play at a higher level, apart from Kings Lynn, who get phenomenal crowds as well. I don't think they better us at all, any of the other teams. And, they're playing in, like I said, 1 or 2 levels above. And our supporters are absolutely awesome. And, like I said, they've been great this season. I'm sure they'll turn out in their numbers again tomorrow and get behind the boys. And that'll help us and play a big part in what happens.
How much does your experience of last year's great vase run count? The lads must be determined to go one better.
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, we'd be lying if we said we weren't. I mean, the disappointment of going all the way and losing, at the end, at the final hurdle, hasn't gone away. And, we'd love the opportunity to return there again this year. But to be honest, who wouldn't? Every single side that entered this competition would, feels the same. And I'm sure every manager, in our league especially, are saying, look, Lowestoft did it last year, Sudbury have been there, Tiptree have been there, Diss have been there, we can do it, and I'm sure they'll all be driving their boys on. And, we know what it takes to get there. We know it's hard going, and, maybe that'll help us, maybe that won't. You need a little bit of lady luck in any cup competition, and, that plays a part as well at any level, whether that's, our level or at the top level. You do obviously have to have the quality and everything else to get to a final, especially a national competition, but that's all on the day, and that's what cup football's about. You never know what's going to happen. We know that if we get ourselves right and focus on ourselves, that, we're a good side and we can cause anybody problems. But, we're under no illusions. We've got a really tough game tomorrow, and they're a quality side, and if we don't get our attitudes right and we're not up for the game, then we know they can hurt us. But I'm sure that we'll get the boys right, and we'll go out and give everything we can.
Any unavailability worries? So you got a full squad to choose from?
We've got one or two back, but we've got one or two still out. Carl Poppy's still long-term injury. Matty Potter's still out. Marcus Saunders is a doubt at the moment. Damien Hilton and Jamie Stookdale are both cup-tied. But we've got Neil Plaskett back, Cocker's back, Stocky's now back available, and Kingy. And so, we'll be picking from a strong side. And Andy Reynolds is fit again, so that's good news as well.
Finally, league or vase? What's the number one target?
Well, I mean, that's a difficult one. I mean, I want to win everything, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I mean, the league is the bread and butter, and that's over, a lot of games a season. So, it's important that we try to win that game. We'd love to do that, but, we want them both. I mean, we're greedy, so I'm going to go for both.
Nothing wrong with a bit of greed, Mickey. That's Micky Chapman, the joint manager at Lowestoft Town. So to the rest of the weekend's local football. Brian has...